Hi everyone, my name is Joan. Today I'm going to show you how to use the two rooks against the king. So if you end up in this position, what you're gonna do? First thing is the objectives here is we need to reduce or limit the king mobility. If you say king mobility, we are preventing the king moving anywhere or moving any direction. So how we can do that? Okay, remember our objective is we need to send the king in this side of the board, in this square. Okay, so I will move the rook in rook to a3. Why? Because I need to guard these rows in order or to prevent the king moving or entering in this square. So, for example, the response of the king is going down here to king e5. So the next thing, you're done with this rook, then we can use the other rook in the other side of the board. We can move the rook, we can bring the rook in this square, rook to h4 here, guarding these rows and preventing the king moving back in this square. So the king needs to move over here, then use the other rook in the other side of the board, or you can use this one, but for the sake of our tutorial, it's much better, you better to alternate the two rooks. So you can use the other rook here, preventing or guarding these rows and preventing the king moving or entering in this square, 3 square. So what if the king moves here, use the other rook in the other side of the board, it here, guarding these rows and preventing the king entering and moving back in this square. So what if the king moves here? So use this rook, the other side of the board, guarding again these rows and preventing the king entering and moving back in this square. So as you can see, the king mobility or the king space is getting smaller and smaller. Okay, what if the king moves here? Let's use the rook in the other side of the board, moving to rook to h8, say check to the king, and the king can't go back in this square because rook is guarding these rows and guarding this square too. This is a checkmate. Okay, that's gonna be easy. So I'll give you another example. Okay, let's start to cut some space for the king, opponent king. Move the rook over here, guarding these rows and preventing the king entering in this square. So the king, what if the king moves here in this direction? Here, same thing, use the other rook in the other side of the board, put it here, say check to the king, and the king, what if the king moves here? Use this rook again, the other side of the board, checking the king over here. And now, what if the king moves in this square? As you can see, the king is attacking the rook, and the rook is undependent. So what you're gonna do? If you end up in that kind of situation or position, the best thing you need to do is bring the rook far away from the king over here, not here. Why? Because you're blocking the rook. So it's better to put the rook in this square because you give some space for other rook. And as you can see, these two rooks is diagonally positioned to each other. So what if the king moves here? Use the other rook. Checking the king. The king moves here and use the other rook here. Checking the king. And the king moves here. As you can see now, this rose is guarding by this rook. And as you can see, from this square and from this square and this square, that's the only space that king can use it. And now we are cutting off the space of the king. So what's next here is we need to use this rook in order to checkmate the king. The king can't go escape here, here because the rook is guarding in this square. And that's it. It's really easy. This is Joan. Have a wonderful day.